Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Fortress Comics review. This week, we are going to review Shadowman #1 from Valiant Comics. This comic here is written by Cullen Bunn with art by Jon Davis-Hunt, as well as many others. So first off, a little background for me and Valiant. I have read next to nothing from Valiant. Apologize to all the Valiant fans out there for good things. And what I have read, I've really enjoyed. So I should probably read more. But so I have very little to no knowledge of this character. I've never heard of Shadowman prior to reading this. I've never read a Shadowman prior to reading this. So that's kind of my background for this character as we go into this review. So that said, we'll start with the story. The story, we get to meet our character, kind of get a background of who he is, what he does. We meet a few characters who I feel like will come in and out of the series as we go along, just based on how they interact with Shadowman and how he reacts back to them and some of the things he says. We get a moment with somebody who was, I'm assuming the Lord of the Underworld. You kind of get this vibe that he's death incarnated in this world and is really in charge of everything. And Shadowman's not very fond of him. And then we deal with death cults and other things. Don't want to spoil the story too much, but I'll say the story all in all, I think, did everything that #1 needs to do. I really, really enjoyed the story here. Introduced me to the character that I knew nothing about. Gave me a quick one-shot story that could be expanded upon later on, but got me in and out of the story to really give me a full breadth of who this character was instead of just kind of meandering on to tell a long-form story for the sake of it. Introduced me to side characters who I feel like we're going to see in and out of the series as it goes along, and gave me a feel of the power set of this character and the world that this character lives in. So I think Cullen succeeded in everything he needed to do. And a new #1 from an established character that isn't, let's just be honest. It's not the same tier as a Captain America or an Iron Man. Like, everybody knows who that is. Not many people know who Shadowman is. So I think he had to do a little more heavy lifting, even if this was an established character, to really let everyone know who he is and what he does. So what I gained from this is there's a voodoo background somewhere in here. They talk about it a little bit, but they don't go too much in detail about that. But we do get to see that there's some sort of voodoo magic going on here. And this character deals with occultists and people who are trying to break realities into the world of the dead and mess with them in ways they shouldn't. He obviously has some superpowers here, some super strength, the ability to transform this character, and a few others as well. And I really liked everything about him. I like the design of the character. I like the power set he has. I like how he goes about his day to day, and I kind of like his attitude of things. Of like, it's almost a I have a duty to do, but fuck everybody attitude. And it was kind of interesting. So all in all, like I said, I love the story. I love that it was a one-shot story that really got us to know who this character was and how he reacts to things. That in itself makes me want to go and continue with this series and check out this character more, especially in the helm of Cullen Bunn. The art I absolutely loved. Jon Davis-Hunt, I thought, did an amazing job on his pencil work in this. Everything in here, so the colorist is Jordi Belair, and I thought Jordi really did a lot of heavy lifting here too, because we're in a world of very dark and dull colors, but Jordi wasn't afraid to also splash in some colors that you wouldn't expect in this world. Some gold, some bright colors. And I just really appreciated everything about how the art was laid out. Thought the artist, John, kept the story going in a really fun, unique way, and had some great panel layouts throughout the book. And then the colors really gave us an idea of when we were standing around the Lord of Darkness, things got really dark. We were always in kind of a black, gray aesthetic. And then when we get to the main story where there's these rich people who do things, once again, don't want to spoil the story, but they're in a much brighter tone. That's where the golds come in, the bright and vibrant reds. And when Shadowman jumps from back and forth from these different areas, he just fits wherever he goes. So the art is fantastic. So my overall feeling of this book, I think 100% people should pick this up. If you're a fan of Cullen Bunn, if you like horror comics, especially horror superhero comics, so your Man-Things or Brother Voodoo, Stephen Strange, even Doctor Strange, stuff like that, I think you'll really love this book. It's got that feel. It's got that mystical feel. It's got that voodoo aesthetic and the horror vibes to back it all up. Like there's some things that happen in here that are straight out of some pretty rough horror movies. So all in all, I think it's well worth your money. So my suggestion is check it out. I think the book is well worth your $3.99. So everybody, thanks so much for watching. Remember, if you're enjoying these videos, to give us a subscribe down below. Hit the button as well as the bell notification button. And thumb up the video so more people can see it. Comment down below. Let me know. Are you looking forward to this book? If you're watching this after the book's released, what did you think? Did you enjoy it like I did? And so on. So we'll see you all here for the next reviews video, top 5 video, whatever video you see next. Hope you all enjoy what we're doing here at Fortress Comics.